never been a nigga this good for this long, this hood, for this pop, this hot, for this strong, with so many different flows. This one's for this song, the next one I switch up.
What's up, Walz Rantz? Game time, chilling, holding down. So we got a couple things to talk about. Coaches stuff. It's very funny to me when watching. I don't most of you know who Isiah Thomas is. One of the baddest ball players back in the days for the Pistons. That's when I loved basketball. When Rodman was my favorite player before he got all weird and the Pistons were bad. Bad, good. We know it is. So he was with the Raptors for a while, with the Knicks. He had a decent coaching stint with Indiana, but he's been pretty much a flop in everything he's done outside of playing, which he was a Hall of Fame player. So he's been coaching at FIU, Florida International, for the last 3 seasons, and he just got fired. And the team's won, I think, 26 games. They have 7 wins, 11 wins, 8 wins this past season. And he said he was shocked. He's one of the most shocked he's ever been. And you get confused as a sports fan when you hear stuff like that. It's shocked, and like I'm not going to go on and on about Isiah, but here's the funniest thing, because his players were distraught, obviously, because he's a very charming guy. That's kind of Isiah's thing, but his players boycott at the athletic banquet. They stood up and walked away from him. They were like, as a protest. And I can understand that, because here's the thing that people don't seem to understand. Like, players on a team that's struggling in college, the reason why they're struggling is because they're not that good. You feel me? Like, the coach recruits them. So they're the reason the team sucks. So were they not going to support him? If he was doing a better job, he would have recruited different players. Yeah, okay, you can say, oh, it's scheme and everything, but a lot of college is grooming players who you knew were going to be good and recruiting properly. So for them to take, that's the funniest thing for me, for them to take a stand and boycott and say we support him, of course you support him. You guys are the sucky players he recruited. And he's been there 3 years. Unless you're a senior, he brought you guys in, so of course you're going to support him. So yeah, of course, they're distraught and they're going to show support, but you guys are the reason why he sucks. What are you going to say? Oh, good, he's glad he's gone. He should have gone because we lost. You guys are the reason he lost, and you guys are the recruits. They wouldn't have sucked if you guys weren't there. It doesn't make any sense. Anyway, another thing about coaching, Ozzie Guillen, what are you doing? Like, I was just watching the apology today for making the comments about Fidel Castro, but come on, like, the thing about Ozzie Guillen, which most people, the people who like him is that he's a free spirit. He'll say whatever he wants. I respect the hell out of it. I get in trouble for a lot of things that come out of my mouth. People just don't like me. I learned that, actually. People just don't like me because of things I say. Even on this thing, when I seem to be saying things really offensive at times, which, whatever. And so he said whatever. He admired Castro. And this is in Miami, where there's a ton of Cubans. And these Cubans obviously left Cuba for a reason. And to them, Castro's like Hitler in a way. And like, you got to see, sincere was apologizing. But you got to know better. You can't, like, especially the whole thing about the Marlins. They just had a new stadium, they brought in a bunch of new players, new coach, and just to tarnish it this quickly. They suspended him for 5 games, which is like a slap in the wrist because they don't want to get rid of him. I mean, it's a comment, and obviously he's sincere in his apology, but you got to be better than that. You got to be smarter. You can't put that stuff out there for ridicule. It can't be about. It can be about like people, but it can't be about like not people like. But it can't be about someone like that who's obviously going to rub people the wrong way. Okay, you're a baseball coach, especially a baseball coach in a very multicultural place in Miami. You got to slow your roll, man. You got to watch out. Another thing I want to talk about. Okay, this is what I don't understand. Okay, I read yesterday. The council, 2 days ago, council was debating whether to raise user fees for amateur sports. And they said they debated it all day. And if, okay, on the defense of the system, they chose in favor of waiving fees. But are you kidding me? Like, there had to be a vote. Like, it said, what it said? It said they debated, counselors debated all day Tuesday. So let me get something straight. So there's actually like people with some point of view that want to raise prices to play sports for kids. Are we not in like the generation of kids shooting up the place, kids getting on drugs early, kids all obsessed with video games, being fat disasters, and on top of that, people are broke. Do we not understand yet? People are broke. You can't just be doing everything in advantage for the city, because those types of savings, they come long term, but people right now are broke. You tell people they gotta pay more money for sports? Like, these kids are disgusting, gross, chubby disasters with no social skills and spending their phones all day and playing the video games. And the fact that it was even an idea in someone's head to raise this, it goes just to show how ridiculous Toronto was. Like I said, I'm pleased they actually raised it, or they they went against it, but the fact that it had to actually be a vote, that's ridiculous. Anyway, last thing I want to say, okay, what are these things with these apps? Okay, I have this app, and this makes me laugh because every day I get these new updates for my apps, and I got a nightlight app. Okay, like it's just a straight light. Why does it have updates all the time? Is there something that? Because it's just a light. Like it's just a light. It doesn't need to be updated. It's a light, and every day I have new updates for it, and I don't really understand why a light needs updates. You feel me? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't matter. Anyway, that's Walz Rantz. Keep it G, everybody. Hold it down. Peace.